Welcome back, everybody, to Katawa Shoujo episode 46, I think. And last time we were fishing with the Lily, Akira, Shizune's sister, brother, Shizune, Amisha. All of us were there. Voices everywhere. Couldn't handle it. And yeah, now I'm gonna carry on. We went to bed, woke up, and our pills are all over the place. Anyway, some of my pills spilled out of all over the bottom of my bag, which I didn't realise until minutes before I was set to go to bed last night. I spent quite a bit of time scraping them out of my luggage. By the time I get up, I'm already starting the day with a migraine from a combination of trouble falling asleep and waking up late. When I step into the living room, Hideaki, I don't know how to say his name. Hideaki is there finishing up his breakfast. His fork raised midway to his mouth. He seems unsure whether he should continue eating or greet me. Maybe I should go back out of the room. Maybe I should back out of the room.
Good morning!
Morning.
What do you think we should have for breakfast?
We? Aren't you eating breakfast right now?
Yeah, everyone else ate already.
Despite that, he repeats his question again. He's trying to be nice. It's an odd way to show it, but I appreciate it nonetheless. And I'm feeling pretty hungry. I try to make some conversation with him while I'm getting my breakfast to fill in the silence. Did any of them know that they're supposed to be going out now? Or what?
Will you be my girlfriend? Okay, let's hold hands.
That fishing trip yesterday was fun. Hey, scamp. Do the Hagamishis and Setos often get together like that?
Not really.
I see. I don't really. There's a brief pause before Hideki deigns to fill me in a little more.
Family issues. Our fathers are brothers and they do not like each other.
Oh, I can see how related. Hearing that gives me plenty to think about. It puts the way Shizune and Lily deal with each other into context, and makes me even more wary of getting involved. Family issues can be troublesome. Hideki simply nods as I sit at the table with my breakfast. What breakfast? I want to know what he's eating. I wish he were a little easier to converse with. While I'm eating, I notice that the house seems oddly quiet for a place with Misha in it. If Shizune and Misha ate breakfast already, it can't be because they're asleep. Yeah, they did. They ate it in their sleep. I ask Hideki where they are.
Shizune and Misha left to run some errands for our dad. The local business people love dealing with Misha, so he insisted.
Oh, that's kind of creepy. What's he doing, selling her? Well, she's got nice and cheerful. She's got a big, personality. She's got a nice, cheerful personality. I can see why they would. Maybe you should start taking lessons from her. You could increase your business connections.
Are you serious?
You sound serious. I don't know what kind of business connections a little kid would need. Maybe he wants to have the best bake sale fundraiser ever. It's a shame. I'll eventually have to leave here, and I won't be around to see whatever he is planning. Wonder what kind of person Shizune's dad is again. I've heard he's a dick. Other than relatively outdoorsy, what I know so far is that he asks his business partners and friends of his daughter to do favors for him. I'm assuming he's extremely shy or extremely lazy. Maybe it's a rude call to make so early, but it would certainly explain a large chunk of Shizune's personality.
Do you want to go anywhere?
Not really. Why, do you?
Well, I thought there might be somewhere you would want to go. You don't want to be you don't want to do some sightseeing or eat at a specific restaurant?
I don't know. I've never been here before.
Well, I love camping. Oh, I see. I
was about to ask him about Shizune, about what Shizune was like when she was younger, but he's managed to sidetrack me with just one little question. This appears to be as awkward as a conversation for him as it is for me. You're sure eager to please today. Why are you being so nice? You showing your secret's nice side now that your sister isn't around?
You're sort of right. Shizune wanted me to keep you company today.
I don't want to trouble him. I'm trying to make him see that Hideki is as stubborn as his sister and feels as if this is his duty. He also seemed to be earnestly trying to be nice. Quickly, I start to realize that Hideki's idea of fun is fishing, collecting cameras, and making esoteric puns. Fishing is fun, but it's something I would rather do than discuss. The same goes for cameras. I'd rather handle them than collect them. This is something Hideki picks up on himself.
Are you bored?
I'm not bored at all. Yes, I am. I almost yawn. I'm not bored. I almost yawn the word, so Hideki ignores them entirely.
You are bored? You are bored, Shizune said to be entertaining, and I think I don't know how to do that.
I am entertained.
Are you not entertained, Hisao?
You don't sound as entertained.
I am. Totally. Don't worry.
Well, do you yell? Why do you yell? I hope you don't not yell so much around Shizune.
It's hard to tell if he's joking. Either way, I'm a bit surprised. I try to play it off and change the subject. What the? Do you just collect cameras, or are you into photography too?
Not really. If I did, there would be more photos in this house than there currently are. What is there to take pictures of?
Me. No. Oh god. I don't know. Birds? Architecture? I've studied abroad. With two. One of these restaurants we were talking about. I thought this city had tons of cool stuff. How can you live in a place with so much to do and do nothing?
Well, I thought you didn't know what to do here. Suddenly you have many ideas and all the authority of how interesting it is. You're like a board of tourism. Do you want to go and watch birds or buildings?
Okay, not to get so mad.
I'm not mad. I just think that if you feel so strongly about it, then we should go to an amusement park.
It's like having a conversation with Mickey Mouse. I love it. Why?
So that you can be amused. It'll be fun.
Will we have the same flat, unfun expression on his face when we're riding roller coasters and drop towers? It sure bring the fun levels down. The thought does not convince me that it's worth the trip. I don't know. It's always sounded to me like going to an amusement park meant you spend more time waiting in line than actually doing stuff. True. You have to go earlier than just to skip the lines.
Have you ever been to one?
No.
How have you never been to an amusement park? What the fuck? What's this guy? This guy's had such a shit life.
No, but it seems like this is what it was like.
Fine. What about a regular park? There's one nearby that Shizune likes to go to. Maybe she'll be there, and I can unload you onto her.
What do you mean unload? I'm not luggage.
You don't want to go to an amusement park. I don't know what to do.
He looks as though I've hurt his feelings by refusing to go with him. I'm already rationalizing my decision. I don't like waiting in lines. It would be too much like a date. I'd rather go with Shizune. It would be too tiring. It's nothing personal. It's just I kind of wanted Shizune to show me around town instead. And I don't think that my condition going to an amusement park would be such a holiday. He's on a road. Yeah. He's like flying around, like going limp. The park is close enough that their property could almost be considered an extension of it. Both it and Shizune's backyard look about the same, except that the park has benches and more people. That said, it's quite nice. There are even people out walking their dogs, and children flying kites. They can be seen lazily drifting back and forth over trees in the distance. I could sit here in a relaxing and scenic place like this forever. Hideki, on the other hand, looks like he's extremely bored. I want to poke him to see if he's still alive, but will he react either way? Are you bored?
No. You go to jog or play frisbee with dogs like everyone else? Is that what people do in parks?
Yeah, I'm going to go and jog and play frisbee with this dog I just found. Well, you go to parks to get back to nature and enjoy the atmosphere. That's why you jog in the park instead of just on the sidewalk or something. You can jog anywhere. I can't believe I'm having this conversation. How can you not even know this? You shouldn't have brought that up. It's too weird. What? Have you even heard of children shouldn't be... What the fuck? Have you ever heard that children should be seen, not heard?
Yeah. I lied, I'm bored. Would you like to play a game?
I groan audibly enough to hope that he understands I don't want to. Children should be seen and not heard. I don't want to. He doesn't care. In fact, he's already toying with a deck of playing cards.
Why are you upset? This is why we are here.
I thought you were going to look for Shizune.
Exactly. That's why we should play a game. It's a Shizune trap. You can trap anything, including people. If we compete against each other in the spirit of a competition and in a sportsmanly manner, she'll be drawn here as a challenge. The winner like a shark.
I love that idea.
Then I will defeat her like a safari hunter, then take a photo of the awards ceremony.
I like the idea that he's like, I'm just going to competitively play cards on my own. And then Shizune's like, competition! Oh! He's like running. Competition. Drawn to competition. Two people are just casually like having a debate and Shizune's just like, ah! It's like a monster that feeds off competition. Sharks don't go around challenging people to games of chance like Dojo Break. I would like to hear that a shark did that as well. You're playing chess and the shark's just like, hey, mind if I butt in? I actually really like chess. No, I'm actually... Okay, my turn. When did you bring the camera? Anyway, no. I get enough games hanging out with your sister.
No, come on, it'll be fun. We can play chess.
Oh, please no. Besides, playing chess in the park is something old people do. True. Like fishing. You're gonna get old too fast if you keep doing all this old man stuff. Well, I'm too cool and hip to do all this old man stuff. Why is he being so, like... He's pretty terrible with children, this dude. Hideki freezes like I've suddenly started speaking a foreign language. Maybe I've offended him. Maybe he's secretly 50 years old and he's just aged incredibly well. Him being Shizune's brother could be a cover story.
What about checkers or Go or even backgammon is fine. Though, even though I don't like it, if board games on your thing, we can play card games. Anything other than 7 card because it's for wimps. Are you afraid you will lose? If you can't beat me, I'll give you candy.
I can't accept candy off children, I'm afraid. It gets me in trouble. Hideki, you're just like Shizune. I'm starting to think this is all just a pretense to play games.
No, that's not true.
You are. You are. I bet that competitive streak is genetic. I'll sell you to science.
No one could own a human being.
How about I teach you some sign language instead? When Shizune asked me if I wanted to come here, we talked a little and it seemed like you and your dad don't use sign language. I'm just guessing, but if you don't, I could teach you some. I'm not a master at it though. I think it might be good for you to move your arms more anyway. He barely moves his arms. Most of the time they just hang limply at his sides. How unnerving. It's been bothering me that Shizune's entire family apparently doesn't know how to sign. I wonder what she did before she met Misha. Did they just hire translators for her? Did she write out everything on that pad she carries around? The second is most likely, or she could type it out on a phone. That would explain why she dislikes using the pad so much. Sad as it is, I can sort of see why Hideki or her dad might not have bothered to learn sign language. It probably was too much of a hassle at the time. It's very easy to think that. From what I've seen so far, though, neither of them hold it against each other, or are too badly affected by it. It could be that I'm overthinking the situation. You probably are. Come on. Well, to be honest, I'm still learning sign language myself. But, I brought all the books along with me so I can keep up, you know? Still, I can at least teach you the alphabet. It's pretty simple. This is kite. This is kite. This is This is come meet me in my van. I feel really corny right now. And even more so when Hideki stares back at me blankly, as if the entire concept of learning is alien to him.
Shizune like the flying kites here as well.
Okay. This is his attempt to salvage the conversation, and I'm happy to oblige. Fishing and now kites too. Shizune really likes all these relaxing hobbies.
Fighter kites actually.
Oh, whoa, shit. Holy shit. Oh, God. Hideki freezes as Misha appears behind him and puts her hand over his eyes.
Hi. Guess who?
Oh, God.
Hi. Guess who?
He seemed to finally be loosening up, too. Hey, Misha. Is Shizune with you? Hit-chan, no spoilers! Don't spoil it, you'll ruin the surprise, okay? Okay.
Misha.
Bingo! That's right, but it was too easy somehow. I don't know what she means by somehow. Too many people can tell it's me. I want to surprise someone. I thought for sure that Hideki would be fooled. Why weren't you?
You're the only person who does that. You and kidnappers. And I've met a lot of them.
That fucking Bush Cheney, Tom.
Really?
Really?
Why do you laugh?
Are you giving Hisao trouble? I thought you would take him somewhere more exciting than the park. He's even that far from home. You're so lazy. Hideki, are you giving Hit-chan trouble? You said you'd take him somewhere more exciting. The park is too close to home, and Shi-chan says you're lazy. Why to come here?
You want to come here? Why are you being so argumentative?
I have to keep my little brother in line.
What is she saying?
He must be kept in line.
Really?
They're ready to go at each other's throats this quickly. On one hand, I've heard that siblings fighting so much isn't uncommon. And the fact that they fight at all proves that there's to be some level of communication going on. So it's nice to get along. They argue all the way back home. Misha translates for Shizune and I for Hideki. So it looks more like we're the ones arguing instead. Except, not really. Nobody could listen to Misha and believe that. The day got entertaining in the end, at least. He's like, man, I'm so happy I managed to get these two to argue. His sad little shit stirrer.
Doo-doo-doo.
Back to the weird room. Despite having only been here for 2 days, it feels like I've been here much longer. I wake up feeling more tired than refreshed. Maybe because I've been moving around almost constantly since I got here. Whatever the reason, it's making me get up unusually late each day. I like sleeping in, but it could be more inconvenient if it ends up becoming a habit. I can hear a deep male voice shouting loudly in the background. Oh yeah! It might be Shizune's dad, or maybe with the size of this place, it's creditors. More likely the former, since the yelling doesn't seem angry, just loud. There you go. Oh my god. What the hell's he got a katana for? Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Freaking action man going on over here. What the balls? Shit. I can see why you want the rant macho man voice. Shizune, Misha, and Hideki are sitting in the living room having a one-sided conversation with a giant bear man who alternates between shoveling away food from a plate, balancing his leg, and twirling a sword. From what Shizune and Hideki are like, I'd expect their dad to be very reserved, clean-cut, possibly androgynous person. So I'm pretty surprised. I'm surprised for a while until he starts talking to me. Fucking Bear Grylls.
Oh yeah! Hello! You must be Shizune's other friend! Did you have a good night's rest? The guest rooms are a bit sparse. If there's anything you need, feel free to tell me! Oh yeah!
Oh god. Huge man.
Haha! How are you feeling?
I could do that voice, actually. I think that one would get annoying.
Hello! You must be Shizune's other friend. Did you have a good night's rest? The guest rooms are a bit sparse. If there's anything you need, feel free to tell me!
I might alternate between that.
Oh yeah!
Thanks, you must be Shizune's father. It's nice to meet you. I'm Shizune's classmate. Hisao Nakai.
Oh yeah, the pleasure is mine. I wanted to meet you. After hearing that I have a second guest in my house, unexpected. You hear something like that, and obviously you want to see what that person is like. Would you like my business card?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm the cream of the crop all the way to the top.
He holds up a case full of them for a second, and I can see that his name is Jigoro, and that his office hours are from 8 to 6. They also say that he's a consultant, which is what a prepared guy carrying his card. What a wacky guy carrying his card case around in his home.
Oh yeah, we're just sitting down to a slightly late lunch. You're just in town for join us. Good, pick a place to sit down and bring you a plate. I hope you don't mind eating bear liver.
What? I thought that bear liver was toxic. Either way, the thought of eating a bear liver doesn't appeal to me, other than that of the ability to tell people. I've eaten a bear liver. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to try, but Shizune's dad merely laughs.
I'm just making a joke. Oh yeah! Although, maybe it wouldn't be such a bad idea to cook up some bad livers for you kids. It'll make you strong. Like a sword. We're actually having omelets. I'll make you one right now. Is that unusual for you, having an omelet for lunch?
Very unusual.
No, not at all. I usually have omelets for lunch. How's that weird? Jigoro vanishes to where the kitchen must be. Surprised that despite living in this place, he has to cook my lunch. Maybe he only cooks because he likes to. He doesn't seem like such a bad dude. My steaming plate of food is done in a very short time. It smells really good. What's with the sword? That's so bizarre. Why has he got a sword with him? At any moment, he's prepared to kill someone.
Oh yeah! Are you in the student council like Shizune? Is the student council that busy that Shizune has to drag her friends along everywhere she goes?
Sometimes a vacation is just a vacation. You're right about the student council part. I think we're just here for fun, though.
I see, is that right? When I was young, our student council had so much work that I don't think we could have afforded to go on vacation. It must be nice having so much free time. Should give you plenty of time to think about your future.
What? I don't like this. I don't like the direction this discussion is taking. I start thinking about how to avoid it.
Have you thought about that? About what you want to do?
I love your brother daughter. I love your son daughter. No, I haven't given it much thought recently. What do you do, if you don't mind me asking? Must be something pretty cool if you can get a house like this and carry around a sword. Are you a ninja?
Why do you want to know that? You're not interested in business. What business of yours is my business? Suspicious. You some kind of tax man, boy?
I guess he really does not like being asked questions. Hichan, isn't a tax collector's boy? I think. Hichan, what do your parents do? You never told us.
You be quiet. Don't interrupt me. I hate being interrupted. Rude.
Whoa, okay, this guy's a douche. Shizune doesn't look too happy with the turn of events. Even with Misha unable to sign to her what's going on, she can read the mood easily. Her glare becomes smouldering as Jigoro continues to rant.
One more thing. My fishing equipment. I came home and it was just in a big pile in the corner, rod stacked haphazardly on top of tackle.
That was me.
Can't remember if it was actually him. If it wasn't, I appreciate that he's willing to take one for the team. Doesn't matter because Jigoro ignores him without skipping a beat.
Well, anyway, I'm glad that my fishing equipment could provide so much entertainment for my daughter's friends. Didn't even tell you were going to use them. Those are expensive custom-made poles, not for dilettantes.
I suddenly become aware of the eggshell fragments in my omelette. Is he just a bad cook? Does he eat them for calcium? Were they purposely added there to give me more discomfort? It's like, did you just cook my omelette with eggshells? Is this glass? Is this cyanide in this food? Though confused, I'm not as unnerved as I think I would normally be. Then again, my life has been pretty strange lately, and I keep running into all sorts of different people. Nothing surprises me anymore.
They even properly clean them after use. Terrible. Do you even know how to fish? Unlikely. There aren't enough poles here just for... there aren't enough poles here for just all of you.
Oh god.
How does that work? Do you all share? One person baits a hook and everyone casts? Two people that are real, incompetent.
Well, 6 of us went, so we couldn't all do it at the same time. First it was just me and Kira, Hideki, and Misha.
Stop talking! That sounds unspeakably dirty. I've had enough of your filth. How vulgar! Make sure that your statements are not so embarrassingly carelessly worded next time.
What?
What? You're so disrespectful. Amazing. Are you all you delinquent types like this? Even the way you dress shows flippant disregard for authority. Sweater vest? Disgraceful.
I agree though, sweater vest is stupid. Delinquent? I'm on the student council. I'm hurt by this comment on my sweater vest. Hey, I don't mind my sweater vest. Especially when it's coming from a guy in such a tacky shirt. You look like you've just come from Hawaii, Mr. Samurai Sword. I guess I can't really say anything though. He has a sword. He might also kill bears. Misha loudly put her plate on the table. That was delicious. Shi-chan and I are done now, Hichan. You are too right. We should get going. What a simple yet effective exit strategy. Yeah, good going, Misha. I barely have time to put down my plate before they pulled me out of there and finally outside. Unbelievable! It's like I'm really watching interrogation. This is not a cop show. Guests definitely have responsibilities, but hasn't he ever heard of being a gracious host? Really? Misha attempts to sloppily mimic Shizune's angry, chopping gestures as best she can. She has expression down too, but the tone of her voice is the same as ever, thus lacking the anger necessary to bring it all together. Don't take it so hard, Hichan. Dad does this to everyone. I think it's like his joke. That was the most aggressive joke possible. I'm shaking visibly. I'm also not all convinced that it was a joke. Considering this hastily staged retreat, this is a good moment to discuss how Shizune's father might be a jerk. Hichan, let's go shopping. You haven't been to town yet, have you? It'll be fun. We can see the sights and go to an amusement park. Maybe eat at a good food restaurant. At a good restaurant. Yeah, like a good restaurant. Not that piece of shit place. We just had lunch. Mine had glass in it, of course. Even though I didn't eat much. It's okay. In that case, we can just make sure that today is so busy that by the time we're done, it'll be time for dinner. It worked out perfectly. Come on, Hichan. They immediately flank me and hook my arms with theirs. Shizune taking one arm and Misha taking the other. First, we almost trip over each other. Shizune walks at a very brisk pace, and Misha has an unusually bouncy way of moving around. We get the hang of it soon enough, and I notice we're going to town by cutting through the park. It doesn't seem efficient, so I'm guessing this is the scenic route. Walking this way hinders how we can communicate with each other significantly. I can't talk to Shizune at all. Shizune and Misha are down to one-hand gestures only. Feels nice though, so I don't mind too much. He's going to lay down your charm. When I make a crack about it to Misha, she responds with mild confusion. Really, Hichan? If you really want Shizune's attention, you can tell me, and I can tap her on the shoulder for you. You could just let me go, and I'll do it myself. How are you going to tap her on the shoulder from over there? Like this! She suddenly stops in her tracks roughly and tries to reach behind her back, across my shoulders to get Shizune's attention. She succeeds, but only because when Misha stops, I had to as well, or we'd all fall over. Okay, Shizune had to jerk to a halt too. The sight makes Misha let out one of her characteristic laughs, which she shakes us around more. And Shizune starts flailing her free hand to get it to stop, which only causes her to laugh harder. It's pretty funny to watch her getting so flustered, and I start laughing too. And that was that day. Okay, that was interesting. Today I met Jigoro. He was a bit of a dick. I've been neglecting my sign language studies, so I should probably spend some time studying up on it. Although I think I've learned a lot just by osmosis. I'm very proud of that. And we'll have to be careful not to brag about it. Most of the books I bought with me aren't manuals or learning sign language, but studies about different signing dialects. I know Shizune has some secret signals with Misha that only the two of them know the meaning of. After seeing a couple of them, this book caught my eye in the school library. Maybe I should incorporate some examples into my own signing to mess with them, because I'm pretty sure that they've started using their code words more when I started learning sign language. I'll teach them. After a quick break for shower, they're signing I love me to each other, basically. I resume practicing my signing in the guest room mirror. Yesterday I crashed my fingers against each other pretty hard. Signing disaster, he breaks his hands. It's still smart. I don't want to repeat if this is happening. I hear knocking on the door behind me and turn to find Hideki standing inside the doorway staring at me. How polite of him to knock, but usually you don't open the door first. Hey, what's going on? Whoa, I could be naked in here.
What are you doing?
I'm practicing sign language. How long have you been standing there?
I did not see anything, especially your penis.
That isn't the point. I don't even know what he means by that. Not like I was doing something that I would be ashamed of to have people see me doing. Although sign language must look strange to most people, I'm only used to it from being around Shizune and Misha so much. I'm just brushing up on my sign language and reading about it too. Stuff like the history of it, even though they cover it in sign language class.
Your school teaches sign language as a class?
Yeah, one of the first things they brought up was that it's not very common to do that. I guess we're very international or something.
It looks fun.
Well, I wouldn't call it fun.
If you do not enjoy this, it seems like a lot of work to go through just to talk to my sister.
Why does everyone keep saying that? Hideki's mouth twitches like he was about to laugh, but he restrains himself. Come to think of it, he hasn't laughed once since I met him. I could take this as a compliment that he doesn't laugh at me, but I'm curious to see it. Laugh. Laugh!
Why?
It was the fastest and most direct way I could think of towards accomplishing my goal. Laugh.
Can you teach me sign language?
He says it plainly, but his body language is nervous, showing that he clearly needs to put some effort in to ask. I guess Hideki likes his sister after all. I think Misha is a lot more approachable though, so I wonder why he didn't ask her. Secretly, I'm shouting yes inside. I had thought he wanted to learn sign language and even brought it up, but he'd evaded the subject skillfully. Turns out I was right after all. I don't really know why this makes me so pleased. Sure. But now that I think about it, I'm not a sign language teacher. I don't even know where to start. In class, I'd be learning stuff gradually over a week. Does Hideki expect me to teach him anything usable in a one-day crash course? My teacher spent a couple of days just giving a history of sign language. I decided to start off with that, to buy some time while I figure out how I can segue into the hard stuff. 5 minutes in, Hideki raises his hand.
I don't understand what you're doing.
Yeah, well, you can't just jump into teaching, you know. You have to ease it into it. It's like when you go swimming. You don't just jump in the lake, like in some movie.
I do not swim.
It's like scientists manage to create a process to suck out all the hyperactive, infuriating, and childish qualities of a small child, and then implant them into his dad, creating a raging jerk dad. Oh no, it's a raging jerk dad! And leave him behind. Hideaki. I begin to feel claustrophobic, despite the fact that the guest room is 3 times bigger than my dorm room, and there's just 2 of us in here. It's all in my head, I know it, but I don't care. I can still use it as an excuse to move the lesson outside. Oh, nice garden. It's a lot easier to concentrate out here. Even the precious few seconds it took to relocate managed to allow me to sort my thoughts. There were no questions during this time. Hideki can't seem to talk and walk at the same time. Eventually, however, I start to realise that if I'm going to teach him anything, I have to keep the lesson constantly moving. The second there's an opening for it, he'll ask a question, which will lead to more questions, and there's no end to it. The second time he asks me why a certain hand motion means what it does, and I have to reach deep into my memory to look for etymology. I don't know about a gesture I only knew about a month longer than him. I start looking for an out. Hideaki, let's take a break. Hideaki?
Okay. What's your school like?
This kid is a little reporter. But it makes sense for someone his age to be curious, and this is one question I don't mind. What is it like? I never really thought about it. It's on top of this mountain, so it feels kind of isolated and lonely up there sometimes, even though that's also why it has a pretty great view. The students there are interesting. Yeah, definitely. They're definitely interesting, especially old Sleepy Man. Actually, I felt bad at first. You know, that kind of school is, right?
Yeah.
I felt bad because I didn't want to go there. I don't even remember exactly what I was thinking at the time. Probably it was something like a school for crippled people. It would be a depressing place. They were telling me to go be forgotten there. Then everyone there was just living their lives for the most part, so I felt even worse. It wasn't different at all, so I felt kind of like a jerk. Shizune was the first person I met. She's in most of my classes. Misha too. They're always together. I guess the school is accommodating enough to pair them up as much as possible. There's this girl in my class, Hanako, whom I feel bad for. In another life, I had sex with her. It was really awkward. She has these burns and seems to have a complex about them. But I think she looks fine. She's a cute girl. And friends of Lily, too. You know Lily, right? Does she bring up Hanako?
Yeah, sometimes.
I'm trying to remember who else is interesting. We have a little track star ace who runs on these prosthetics. There's this one girl, Rin, who doesn't have arms. But she's a great painter, although her art has this harsh, alive quality. You only met these people like once or twice, as far as I can remember now. Have you ever been to Yamaku? You've probably seen some of it hanging around. A little weird sometimes, but I've always heard that artists and creative types are like that. The guy who lives across the hall from me is pretty weird too, but he can be interesting at least.
You are also interesting.
Is that bad? And what's with the tone? What does that even mean? You saying I'm weird, Hideaki?
You talk a lot.
My first instinct is to go on the defense, but the more I think about it, he has a point. That's right, I do talk a lot. I don't think I used to. I think it's probably because of all the time I spent around Shizune and Misha. Talking of them, I get caught up in all their circular logic and just how they do everything. I feel like I'm going to be drowned out or left behind.
My sister can drown you out?
She does drown me quite often. Not like she's literally talking over me and stuff. Obviously, it's hard to explain. They have more energy than I do. It's like an aggressiveness. I don't feel like I have to match it, but I want to. I think maybe your sister has that effect on people. Do you look up to your sister? He stares at me blankly, tense and confused as to how to react to the question.
I will be better than Shizune.
Better at what?
Everything.
Like what?
I could do magic tricks.
You mean like telling people you've got their nose, and more like the kind of magic where you pull a rabbit out your ass? Look, it's a shit rabbit. He doesn't look happy. Someday I will see Hideaki laugh. I might just try tickling him if I have to. No, don't touch the kid. Oh god. The back door flies open, Jigoro strides out of it, keeping his back straight and taking giant, slow, regal strides, like either a king or a huge jackass. I try to turn away using the train of logic that if I can't see him, he can't see me. Unfortunately, it doesn't pan out when he comes so fast, it's like he's appeared out of the air over my shoulder.
Oh, what's up here? What are you two doing flailing your hands around? Playing cat's a cradle like a bunch of girls?
I'm teaching Hideaki some sign language. What about you, Mr. Hakamishi? He narrows his eyes suspiciously as if he's not used to people being polite to him.
I'm writing an autobiography of my life and times, and by writing, I mean I'm dictating it to a biographer. Oh yeah! Fortunately, she's running late. I'm professional. Perhaps you should read it. Well, when it's published later this year, I could put you on the rating list. Maybe it'll give you some moral compass you seem to lack in your life, and inspire you to stop sucking.
What? It can't be sustainable for him to be so casually insulting to everyone. Though, Hideaki is likely too detached to even notice. Shizune is deaf, and most of the insults must fly over Misha's head. But surely Akira must have an opinion on this. I try not to think about it. If he is doing this to psych me out, then I have to stay calm or he wins. He must absolutely definitely not win. This must be how Shizune feels. So maybe this is like a test. He's like trying to like jerk you out to get a thing, but you got to be like, whatevs, bro. How old are you? Because you look really old.
46.
That doesn't seem old enough to justify writing a biography. I mean, that's not even old. Don't most people start writing their memoirs a lot later than that?
Shut up, boy! I'm going to give you advice. Do not talk about matters of age with people older than you. You're less than half my age. You have no right to talk about olds. I have an ulcer older than you.
You should get that checked out. He might have a point, though. He's definitely older. Yeah, you're so old I can see wrinkles. It's shriveled up balls.
Either way, if I were the same age, I wouldn't have to explain myself to you, sweater vest.
Ugh.
Why do you make that noise? Are you mad? Well, obviously, good. Your sweater is terrible, and I want you to feel bad about it. The burn tells me it's working.
I like my sweater.
I like my sweater vest, okay?
I'm sure you were huffing glue, too. That doesn't make it right. I wear sweater vests and sniff glue. I love it. and I kill bears with a sword.
I don't have glue. Where'd you get the impression that I do?
That is slander.
Wonder how Hideaki knows what slander is. Maybe Jigoro is a lawyer. I can sort of see that, although I thought only TV lawyers were this antagonistic. Mr. Hawaiian shirt, sword, bear man. I don't know if I should take the chance and ask if that's his job. He's right, it is slander. Are you a lawyer?
I was guessing. I guess it's based on the fact that you're stupid. It's like how you assuming I'm a lawyer, except you have no reason to think that. If you want to know what I do so badly, why didn't you pre-order my autobiography? Now you're insulting my book and by extension, my entire life. What gives you the right to do that? Arrogant. I'm trying to think of how I could make you understand my struggle. Maybe by beating you with my autobiography.
Beat me to death with his autobiography.
I hope you walk away from the beating having learned a valuable lesson, like not making assumptions.
Assault!
But he made an assumption too, that I have glue. I consider calling him out on this glaring example of hypocrisy, but I don't think it's worth it. He would probably explain his way out of it by saying, "Shut up, boy."
Back in my day, children were seen, not heard, and to be an adult meant having experienced many hardships. Within a glance, people could instantly judge a man's character. Childhood existed only to temper you for adulthood. When you look at me, can you not see the catalog of my experiences even at a glance?
Maybe. Were you a sword fighter? You could also be Hawaiian and a werewolf. Wait, did you not tell me that? Did you just not tell me to make assumptions? No, you just asked me to assume stuff. Are you saying that everyone when you were my age and that had to be in like the 80s? That wasn't even that long ago. I'm ready to give him a piece of my mind for talking like he had to walk 50 miles in the snow to ride a coal train. That he had to shovel coal into it himself before climbing up a mountain while fighting ogres to get to school.
When I rode my train, I had to put the coal inside of the train. I had to pull the train on with the ropes attaching my back. I lived inside of a shoe on a motorway.
But now that I finally want to fight, Jigoro is happy to have a good thing going, just continuing to ramble about how difficult it was growing up one generation ago. They do that. People do that. They do that. They like to act like it was super hard, but... it certainly was easier now, but it certainly wasn't super hard back then. Twirling his sword like a baton and stopping occasionally to yawn or check the time. The tardiness of his autobiographer is still foremost in his mind. That means the whole time he's been insulting me, he must have been doing it just to pass the time. To add insult to insult, his watch is also really nice.
When I was your age, kids had responsibilities, not like today. Oh yeah, sickening. No one thinks about consequences of their actions anymore. Just do whatever like you want, thinking no one will hold them accountable since they are young.
It's odd. That description could fit Shizune and Misha. I thought something similar only yesterday, but it only fits him slightly.
Look at yourself, an immoral, directionless, delinquent glue huffer, with a complete lack of etiquette and absolutely no fashion sense. You are tomorrow's Japan. Disgraceful. Is this the future of this once grateful country?
I know someone who you would get along well with.
Don't interrupt! Who? One of your friends? Well, I want to talk to some awful teenager. Have you even been listening? Why are you so rude, boy? Your attitude is not one that will make you a lot of friends.
Wish he would stop giving me so much advice. Or at least I wish he would give me advice that he would have the decency to adhere to himself.
Where have you been?
Huh?
Not you, idiot!
Oh man, talking like that is with my head go all light. Oops, I didn't notice you there. Shizune smiles and gives a short glance, a short wave. Her arrival made Jigoro stop talking, so I'm already happy to see her for that reason alone. Misha and I decided to go into town again. Hisao, I noticed you were looking at some clothes yesterday in a store window, and I thought I would go back and buy some of them for you. It was supposed to be a surprise, though. She looks annoyed that the surprise is ruined, even though she ruined it herself. Here you go. That's nice. Thanks. Misha wanted to cut her hair. I told her not to, but she said it was too hot for the summer. Yeah? I don't know that makes a lot of sense to me. It must be like an oven under there. I want to see it. Where is Misha anyway?
Over here! Hi, Hichan! Mr. Chichan's father! Hi, Hideaki!
Oh god. Oh wow, she looks like she's about 14 now. Okay. Also, is she going for Shizune's hairstyle? Misha runs around us once in a wide circle before stopping next to Shizune. For the first time, she hasn't put her hands over my eyes, although I now see she has bags of her own to carry, so it's not like she could have even... She could have even if she wanted to. Although I'm positive she's tried before. Her meticulously styled curls are gone now, in favour of much shorter, sportier look. Misha looks even happier than usual. Probably just because she knows she won't have to wake up to the crack of dawn every morning just to do her hair.
What is that haircut? You look like an intern. Your old haircut made you look like you were wearing a pink judge wig. Just to intern is a huge demotion.
So, is he saying something insulting? Tell him not to insult my friends.
Don't insult my friends.
Which one of you was talking?
Both of us. I agree with her.
What do you think, Hichan?
I think it makes you look a little bit butch, maybe. and also like a child. You should have kept it like it was.
Oh, Hichan, you look disappointed. You don't like it either?
Well, yeah, I admit, I kind of liked your old haircut more, but I think this one is nice too. It suits you.
Oh, thanks, Hichan.
Touching, if you like it so much, maybe you two should trade.
You can't trade a haircut.
What a shame. Even her old haircut would suit you much more than your current slacker haircut. Awful. That's for you. Actually, this is much less garish than your old haircut. I like it.
Really? Thanks, Mr. Shizune's dad.
It's Mr. Hakamichi. Talk like a normal person. Damn fool.
I've become Mr. T.
Damn fool.
I don't understand. Okay, I'll call you Mr. Hakamishi.
It's like speaking to a slide whistle.
Contemptible.
Where's my autobiographer? Hideaki.
He starts quietly muttering to himself and walks off. I guess a wannabe cranky old man like Jigoro would at least be hesitant to yell at girls. Suddenly he doubles back, unable to resist his urge to have the last word.
And another thing. You don't have to be so loud. I don't like being shouted at.
What? Shouting? I'm not shouting.
I can't think of anyone more unqualified to talk about what's garish or chastise someone else for shouting to people. It's like a parade of hypocrisies and the hits just keep coming. As usual, reactions seem to be taking place. An unusual reaction seems to be taking place. Misha apparently finds Jigoro funny and laughs pretty much every time he says something, which only makes him berate her harder. I guess that is what they call a vicious circle. Misha's voice is punctuated with explosions of laughter, and seems to come from everywhere. On the other hand, Jigoro's is booming and directed like a cannon. In any case, they're both unbelievably loud. The more they talk to each other, the more they seem to play off each other's volume and get louder.
Ow, my ears hurt.
Why are you shouting? Ah!
Shizune's hands wrap around my eyes from behind, something I'm so used to Misha doing that for the first time I find myself confused by it since Misha is in front of me. She lets go and holds up a finger to her lips. What a perfect description. Now's our opportunity. Let's sneak off. Why do we have to sneak off? Why not just walk off? It wouldn't be as fun. It's decided. It's a secret mission. Escape without being detected. Extract Hideki for bonus points. Already she simplifies the situation into a game. Shizune quietly slides away from the scene and begins edging towards the house. I walk towards it normally. I can't find Shizune at first, but eventually she walked into the main part of the house, slipping a glass of ice water and dangling her glass back and forth from her free hand. She whips them on as soon as she sees me. You didn't rescue Hideaki. That means you don't get the bonus points. If you were also being graded on style, I'd have to deduct points for a boring escape. Looks like you wanted to talk to me. I don't know, I had to be stylish about it. You know, some say that the most stylish people are the ones who don't try too hard to look cool. You're really cool. You're really cool. I wonder how it is that I can pick up on her sarcasm so easily, and how hard it might have been for her to learn the concept of sarcasm without being able to hear. I can't imagine it. That'd be weird, yeah, like signing sarcasm. You seem like you're in a good mood. Although, I guess it isn't really a good mood. It's more like she seems excited. I'm in a bad mood. Setting her drink down, Shizune sits on the couch. I liked her regular hairstyle so much more. It looked so pretty. It was refined and meticulous. Now she looks so sporty and tomboyish. I wouldn't call Misha refined and meticulous. That sounds more like you. You should give it a chance. Grow your hair out and make it look like drills. Actually, maybe that suits you. Maybe this suits you just fine. Shizune rubs the frame of her glasses roughly, looking annoyed at the implications behind what I just signed to her. That's fine, because I was totally implying that. She moves a little closer to me when I take a seat. I'm a tomboy? Well, no one would call you a tomboy, based on your appearance. Based on appearances. Shizune glares at me unamused. I have to fight to keep a straight face. Maybe you two should trade haircuts anyway. You sound like my father. It's true, Shizune giggles noiselessly while she sees my displeasure at the realization. Jumping to her feet, she twirls an invisible sword in her left hand, while standing up military straight and grimacing. A terrifyingly accurate impression. Anyway, I don't take advice from anyone who wears a blue sweater with brown pants. What's your sense of color coordination? Coordination? Dreadful. But changing my haircut, that might be fun, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be? I want to see how everyone would react. I must really like playing with people. Sometimes, I think a little too much. No answer. The way she fiddles with her glasses, brow furrowed, tells me it's because she can't. It's fun. Then, with more confidence, while pulling herself closer to me. It's fun to drag more and more people into my life. Oh, I see. I wonder if I'm included in that number. I want to ask, but I'm not even sure how I would. Shizune wags a finger preemptively, indicating that she wouldn't be answering such a question anyway. She reaches for her glass, but doesn't seem to realize how far she's managed to inch away from it all this time. To prevent herself from tripping over clumsily, Shizune tries to grab onto me and ends up pulling me on top of her. Oh my. As I lean over her, I can feel the heat coming off her body, and I realize how close we are. I can hear her soft breathing and the slight rustling of her clothes as she momentarily fidgets about. A blush starts to creep into her cheeks, but her eyes stare straight into mine, dark and unblinking. It's the same look from the first time I saw her, piercing and devoid of any clear emotions, just waiting to see what will happen next, like the eyes of a cat. It makes me feel uncomfortable being looked at in such a way. Oh.
Can you feel the light tonight?
This is the first time I've been so close for her for an extended period of time. And the mood is different now. The situation now isn't the same as passing and touching or hands of her and Misha's usual games. Shizune's fingers weave together tentatively, but she makes no move to sign. The look in her eyes is just nothing, like I'd thought. More like expectation. I wonder if maybe I've been following the string of her expectations the entire time. You got to kiss the girl. I feel her grabbing me by the shoulders and then gently but firmly pushing me off her. I roll sideways onto the soft couch and pull myself into a sitting position less than a foot from her. The way I feel, she might as well throw me 10 yards. When I think about it, this is perhaps one of the biggest drawbacks to sign language. Shizune said that the fact you have to sign your words out of your hands means you have time to reflect on what you say before you say it. But on the other hand, it also means that what would normally just be an awkward silence becomes an insurmountable wall. I just blurt out anything to try and dispel the tension I'm feeling right now. I could, but I can't. Ordinarily, I think that would be normal. What would be normal would be to apologize and maybe leave. But right now, I wonder if that is even applicable. I can't get past how guilty such an action would seem. Like if I were just slinking away. Wait, did you just fall on it? All right. Of course, it's not like I can just play it off like nothing happened either. That would just be insulting to both. You're going out! Why are you so fucking weird about this? So as much as I don't want to, I apologize quickly. So quickly that I forget to sign it, and I go back to my room. Well, that was embarrassing. See you later. How weird is that? Sighing, I let myself fall backwards into bed. I wish I could just go to sleep right now, but I feel wide awake. I sit up when I hear the door closing and open my eyes to see Shizune sitting in the chair in front of me. She asks a question that goes right over my head due to my surprise. It's not a feeling I'm good at concealing, and I don't think it's what she intended. Whatever she was saying, she backs off. She doesn't attempt to sign for a while. This is the first time I've been in your room. Shizune tenses her fingers and puts on an exaggerated attempt to make herself look embarrassed and modest at the thought. I can't appreciate the joke. Just the fact that she's here has me feeling a bit scattered. Very funny. This isn't even my room. It's your guest room. Besides, you and Misha barged into my room once before. It seems as if she expects me to say more. I remember feeling very panicked when they burst into my room, afraid of what conclusions they would jump to seeing the walls of pills lining the place. I don't think that Shizune remembers, though. It made you nervous. The way she says it so factually stings me. A lot of things make me nervous. You're one of them. Because you're over-eager to always get people involved in whatever you're doing. Whether it's joining the student council or even taking a break. Whether they want to or not. She signs almost at a crawl, her hands pausing mid-sentence far too much, causing the words to dissipate formlessly, before I can even begin to try to understand them. I try not to let on that this is the case. It seems to work, but she looks a little sad, and I regret that I have nothing to say to snap her from the strangeful, wistful, and distant expression she is wearing. All I can do is wait for her to come out of it. You're right. I want to drag everyone into my life, but lately I'm no longer sure if that's the right thing to do. I enjoyed you talking to me I enjoyed you taking me to your favorite restaurant the other night. Not like that was my favorite restaurant. I have others I like. I might even be able to rank them by number. Really? This chair is so hard. I want to sit on the bed. Motioning to her to go to bed, I wait for her to get off the chair and take her place. When she does, though, I didn't intend for it to be... Though I didn't intend for it to be, she finds it amusing. Close your eyes. Why? It's a surprise. I decide to humor her. And close them. I can feel her leaning over me. Suddenly something soft and moist touches my lips. My body tenses up in surprise. Fortunately, not as awkward as a reaction as I could have made. Something soft and moist. What is it? Guess what it is? It's a dead fish. She just made you kiss a dead fish. Well, guys, I'm gonna stop it there. Oh my god, I just realized I've been doing this for like almost an hour. Wow. Not intentional. Okay, well, thanks for that, guys. That was way longer than I intended it to be. Looks like next time we might be doing some interesting stuff. Okay, so thank you for watching, guys. This has been... Oh my god, what a good time to stop. I was waiting for a good moment to stop. This has been Katawa Shoujo, an extended episode, unintentionally, my ad. But thank you for watching. I have been Millbee. This has been Katawa Shoujo. Love us in the air next time, and I hope you enjoyed yourselves.
Bye-bye! I love watching Katawa Shoujo in Cube World.